This is
Gonna be the death of you.
it's dude. Like I struggle with microphones so bad.
Right.
I bought the cheapo Amazon ones, and I struggled with those. And then I was like, you know what? I'm gonna buy these really nice ones. Because we were going to the Chili Bowl, and now it's probably my fault because I probably didn't have them plugged in, right? But anyway,
Yeah.
so we go back to California. You guys didn't hear, so we had Ed Pink. Built Don Schumacher's motor.
Don Schumacher, Don Perdone.
They were okay drag cars.
Yeah, they turned out all right. Yeah. Matter of
So, what I want to know, because me and you have known each other for a long time.
Yeah, for a while.
But I don't know, why did your dad ever get involved in sprint car motors?
Well, what happened was my dad, when he was out in California, long story short, story, whatever you want to call it, Don Schumacher had a 3-car funny car team, and one of the drivers was a guy named Raymond Beadle. He started, him and his partner Harry Schmidt had a funny car called the Blue Max. Basically, long story short, he decided he wanted to do everything in house. Once Raymond got the car and moved there, everything was located in Dallas. In about '78, he bought all new machines. He wanted to do everything in house, build the engines, balance the cranks, do all that stuff, build the engines, hone the blocks, everything in house. So he tracked my dad down. We were back in Nebraska, where he originally from. And he said, "Hey, I want you to come run my machine shop down in Dallas." So he went down there, looked everything over, and he's like, "Whoa, it's all brand new stuff, state of the art." So he told my mom, said, "Hey, we're moving to Dallas, so load the kids up and let's go." So he was there doing motors for the funny car, engines for the funny car, and then when there was a local guy there, your dad raced with him, Bobby Marshall.
Yes.
Local guy out of Texas, and John Singer was doing his motors at the time. Well, Beetle had sponsored Bobby Marshall. Well, after a couple of years, he told Beetle, my dad said, "Hey, I wouldn't mind giving a shot at this sprint car deal, And so he said, "All right, well, whatever, let's build him one." So basically, he built him one, and I think it was a rebuild. And Bobby had one. I think it was I can't remember. It was either a 377 or a 388 cubic inch deal. Went to Devil's Bowl and Outlaw show, and back then they were running 430s. Well, he had that little 377. I think he qualified third or fourth out of 40 or 50 cars with a motor that was 50 cubic inches less. And I don't know, ran in the top 10 in the feature or whatever. And Bobby was just ecstatic, and so then we just kind of started doing them then. And then around '82, Beetle decided he wanted to, in addition to the funny car, he got a NASCAR team, bought the old Kel Yarborough MC Anderson team. Kel Yarborough was the driver. The MC Anderson sold out, so Beetle bought it and hired a guy by the name of Tim Richmond to drive the NASCAR.
He's a little bit known for being a while.
Yeah. And then he wanted to get Sammy Swindell as our driver for the sprint car. Well, in addition to do the motors for the funny car, my dad did the sprint car motors for Sammy. That's where it got to start. And then, so then in '80, he left the Beatles in '86, I guess summer of '86. And honestly, this guy right over here, Steve Garbeau, my dad had known his dad from drag racing, Top Fuel, and out in California. So my dad didn't know where he was going to go. And Steve's dad said, "Well, why don't you come to Tulsa? We're 24 hours from the left coast and 24 hours from the right coast, and
Right in the middle.
Right in the middle. So come on." So my dad, we loaded up and come to Tulsa. My dad actually flew to Tulsa from Charlotte and talked to Steve's dad, and so here we are. We moved from Charlotte to Tulsa and started Westmar, and we worked out in the shop right behind us for a year or two until my dad found his own shop up in Bartlesville, and then he was in Bartlesville for a while. And then we moved and found a shop. Actually, Andy Hillenberg's dad, Junior Hillenberg, was out driving around one day, and he found a shop out there in Bixby. He said, "Hey, I think you guys need to go look at this deal, So my dad said, "All right." So he met with Junior Hillenberg, and found this place out in Bixby. And the problem was it was going up for auction like 5 days later. My dad's like, oh shit. So he's like, where are we going to get the money at? Where are we going to do this? Well, we were building the engines for a guy named Aaron Berryhill, Bob Berryhill, Chili Bowl. So he basically was our backer. And they showed up at the auction site and ended up getting the shop. My dad, it's funny because my dad, when they auctioned it off, they auctioned the house separately, and then 100 feet across the yard, they had the shop and all that stuff. So my dad had a cap. He said, I'm 200,000. That's it. 200,000.
Yeah.
So they get to 200,000. And my dad, he was tapped out. Old Junior Hillenberg, he was right behind my dad's ear. And old Junior Hillenberg, he said, don't let, we went up to 201. And my dad's like that. And Junior Hillenberg, my dad told the story 100 times. He said, Junior Hillenberg told my dad, don't let $1,000 stop you. So he went to 201 and sold. So that's how we got it, and thanks to Junior Hillenberg. And right after the auction, the guy that my dad was battling with, he says, I'll give you $250 right now. And of course my dad, he's like, damn it, I should have done it, but anyway. So yeah, so that's how it started and how it went. And we were in business for, I don't know, from 86 to last April of 2023. My mom finally had enough and sold the business. Here we are.
Here we are.
Yeah, that's about it. So,
man, I don't even know where to start with asking questions.
It don't matter. Wherever.
Because
maybe some people type some questions.
But, so we do have some people on here.
Okay.
Of course, most of them we can hear you now.
Okay, good.
What else we got on here? Watching from Fort Smith, Montana. Jimmy Lambert.
Oh yeah, Jimmy. Yeah. He's up there with Trey and Cole and Austin. Yeah, family trip. Yep.
And then we actually have Ned Hodgins. He's with Hero Haven. So Hero Haven, they take veterans on hunting trips and do all this stuff with them, and then they also take them to races.
Oh wow!
And they let them hold the flag for the national anthem.
Oh okay.
They let them be a part of the team, the crew. They started on the West Coast, and then now they go to Houston, Tennessee with Hobie's Garage.
Oh, okay. I've seen that. I've been seeing that a little bit more and more.
Dude, Hobie's Garage, you gotta go on that show.
Okay,
Well,
hit me up. Stowe's got my contacts.
Bud and Tub, I'll get you guys together on that. Bob, hey, 2 liters on here.
Oh, pop bottle?
Yeah. No, 2 liters.
Oh, 2 liter. Yeah.
Pop bottle, R.I.P. No, Bob's so tall, looking good, boys.
Yep.
Thank you guys. So you called me today, and you're like, you know what? Let's get together because we've been talking about this.
Yeah.
And we were originally going to go out there.
Yep.
And then I said, let's just come down here because I was at the expo, because the shootout and everything.
Yep.
So you walked in here. You hadn't been here in how long?
Well, my dad was 86 when he left, like I say, with the shop right behind us. This is the old Fixco shop. Everybody remembers the old Fixco orange and black cars, the 21, the 12, whatever. This is the shop right here. And then, Steve's dad, had Carbone racing engines. And my dad left here in 87. Yeah, because Sammy was driving the Kodiak sprint car, and that's what we were doing the motor. I remember. So we left here in 88, I think it was, and found our shop up in Barnesville. So yeah, 87 was the last time I was here in the shop. And it's like, wow, a lot of history in here, folks. Fixed no cars,
I walk in here and I'm still in awe every time.
Yeah, well, you can see Steve Porter up there, Paul, that's his brother Paul.
Pete Frazier, Tony Armstrong.
Yeah.
I think is that Jerry or is that Steve?
Oh, that's Ron Schumann.
Is that Steve? Is that
That's Schumann. That's a Devil's Bowl. Remember? Yeah. I remember that was 83 or 84.
Yeah.
That's a Devil's Bowl, and all them girls in the bikinis were walking around and they were taking pictures. Yeah, I was there that day. Yeah, I was 13-year-old kid walking around with a heart on. I was just like, hell yeah. Yeah, that was good shit.
Yes.
Yeah.
Now we're getting to the meat of things.
Yeah.
Like sponsors aren't paying for the car, everything from Gary Stanton.
Oh.
Jimmy Lambert's first trailer.
Jimmy Lambert's first trailer. First enclosed trailer.
Wow.
We did have a question. How many championship motors did your dad build?
I don't know.
That's because they won too many.
A bunch.
Most of
I
them.
don't know.
All of them.
Yeah, I don't know. I know we've won the ASCS national title probably 10 or 11 times. Numerous regionals. The Knoxville 360 Nationals, I think our engines won that 11 times.
Yeah.
I think.
How many times was Shane?
Shane won it with 4. I know the other day he said 5, but see, he was driving the Mike Doyle Harley Davidson car in 07.
Yes.
With him and Paul Silva.
Yes.
And then he won it for us in 10, 11, 12, and 13. And won the 410 Nationals. We only won it twice. Sandy
only.
So, Sandy
Only.
won it in 83, and then Wasowski won it in 98.
The dude.
Yeah, I don't know. I don't know. They won a lot. We had a lot of guys that made us look good. I mean, we're just a
That's how it
small.
always is, right?
Yeah. I mean, we just.
I'll never forget though. When I first got involved in racing, it was when ASCS was really, which they're still strong, right?
Yeah,
but
yeah.
like this is back Gary Wright, Terry Gray,
Mid to late 90s,
yes,
early 2000s.
Yeah, early 2000s, and you know, if you had a Westphal, you were up front.
Yeah.
You didn't have you went directly off the fuel sheet. You didn't have to worry about it.
Yeah.
It lasted. You made it all 30 laps, 35 laps, and that's how you win races.
Yeah, consistency. And,
Oh, your mother and sister are watching.
Oh, Jesus. Yeah, we just had dinner with my mom, so
Yeah.
I had to go do that with the mother unit. So,
That's it.
yeah, so I don't know.
So what is your growing up in this industry? Because you're still involved in the industry in a small way with Shaver Westmar Gear Drives.
Yep, Ron Shaver.
Yeah, which another iconic engineer.
Yeah.
You know, but what would you say is your most like memorable moment? I guess you could say.
Oh,
or
my
the thing
most, my most, without a doubt, 158,000%, the best moment in my whole life is the 360 Nationals, 2013. It was August of 2013, obviously. My dad passed away 2 months before that, in June, and went up to the 360 Nationals, and it was with an engine. My dad he wanted to try something different, so he put an LS cam grind in that thing, and it made some serious smoke. So Paul and Shane up there, I don't remember what he did. He qualified good, like he always does.
Yeah.
Won the heat race or second or something. I don't know where he started in the feature, and fucking smoke. I mean, 10, 11, 12, and 13, I think he never got past. He led, and he just absolutely clobbered the piss out of him.
You know,
and that was my most favorite moment because my dad passing away, Shane winning with a combination that my dad had come up with. I remember, because after the heat race, I think Shane ran second or third. And I go up there and I'm all choked up and slobbering, and 'cause I'm emotional. And I said, Shane, we gonna be all right? He said, yeah, bud, we're good. I'm crying, and he said, we're gonna be good. Don't worry about it. So, and he was right. He went out there and. Matter of fact, my girlfriend got the fire suit. He won that A feature, so I got the fire suit. So I wanted something. I said, Shane, a helmet, a glove, a jock strap. I didn't care. I want something with that car. You know what I mean? And so my girlfriend got with him 3 or 4 years ago and got the fire suit. So that's
and what's funny is that Shane is so humble about that period at Knoxville.
Yeah.
Dude, he dominated us.
Yeah. He and Paul.
Him and Paul together, they were
Paul with anybody, but Shane. Another one was the Nationals 04-05 with Paul and Shane, and Paul had bought this blown up motor from some Duke McMillan out there in California.
Yeah.
He bought this blown up motor.
My dad drove for them.
Did you really?
Yeah, for the
wow.
McMillans. Yeah.
So this motor was
I say that. I'm pretty sure my dad did. Anyway, go ahead.
Yeah. Well, he had this motor was in a crate. It was in a box of pieces, and Paul had bought this engine, blowed up engine from I don't know who did it. It doesn't matter. For like $5,000. So he drags this box of shit into my dad's shop. He says, "Here, can you make something out of it?" So, and my dad liked Paul and Shane, obviously, and I'll do something with it. So, I think by the time he got done with it, he spent like $12,000 on this engine, plus the $5,000. So we had $17,000 in this engine, 04. Ran second behind Craig Kinzer. And
Oh.
yeah, that was 04, 05.
05.
And
That was Sunday day show.
was it?
That was the year I went to jail.
Oh shit! Yeah, I remember.
You know
Yeah,
I went to jail.
Yeah. So so that because we're running, back then the 410s were what 40, 50,000, and here he's got a $17,000 engine. I mean, just shit that 4 or 5 year old motor cobbled together, and it goes out there and runs second by grade, So
I mean, Shane is a different driver at Knoxville.
he is. He's
You know,
got a
for
good
him
track
to
record.
never win the Nationals was,
Yeah.
I mean, for as good as he is there, because I will say because I truly believe that Shane could get back in a car at Knoxville and be fast again.
Yeah.
As much as he tells me, no, I got to race more. No, bro.
Yeah.
Like, you at Knoxville is like riding a bike.
Yeah.
Yeah.
He was good. It is whatever, but a lot of memory. I mean, like I said, a lot of good guys made us look good. I mean, shit, Terry McCarl, Johnny Herrera, some kid named Kyle Larson's drove.
He's okay.
Yeah, he drove our motors. Yeah,
He won. He won in Australia the other night.
did he? You mean this morning?
This morning.
Yeah.
I watched it.
So did I.
I was on my way to. I just dropped my kids off at school, and I watched the last. It was probably the last 5 laps.
Yeah. Well, I'm loading trucks at UPS, and I said,
that's
"Oh
right.
shit! Oh hell, it's right." So I turn it on, and they got them guys open up the briefcase with money, and they just getting ready to push off. You have to watch it. Yeah, it was bitching.
So do you miss the engine shop?
Nope, not at all, not at all. No, I was in there too long after my dad passed away. Dude, it's just. I don't know. You know how you and I are old enough, and Steve over there is old enough to appreciate the old school guys. Not a fan of these fucking kids carrying their goddamn daddy's briefcase in there and opening it up and for a ride. I'm not a fan of that. Never have been. I get it. We need drivers like that. I get it. And that's just the day. That's just the day and age we live in.
It's absolutely
Kids with mommy and daddy's money and go out there and wreck them and run into them, and mommy and daddy will buy another fucking car or get another one down from the trailer. I am not a fan of that. So other than that, I don't. What was the question? Do I miss it?
Nope.
I mean, I don't,
head on the nail.
I don't. No,
Head on the nail.
No, I don't. I
we're
don't
good.
really. I go to the races a few times a year. Go to Knoxville. I've been to Knoxville every year since '84. Won't miss that one. But other than that,
So outside of you winning the Nationals, what do you feel like is the epitome of Knoxville Nationals? Like the best race you've ever seen in Knoxville?
probably '98. Wasowski, when he won it for us in the beef backwards car, led it around the bottom. Sammy got by him. Yeah.
Wasowski rolled the bottom.
Yeah.
I never knew
Catfish.
that. Yeah.
Yeah, he rolled the bottom, and Sammy was running around the top, and Sammy got by him and went into one, and slid up. Wasowski drove back by him. Maybe I'm biased because that was our engine. Maybe, I don't know. There was other good ones.
Who was the wrench on that car?
Jimmy Carr. Jimmy Carr, Mark Ellis.
Jimmy Carr.
I don't know. Bobby Allen's his upset win over Sammy in 1990. A funny story about that. I've told this one 100 times. So Bobby Allen, they were going to different shops around the country. They worked in the back of the trailer. Troy Renfro, the 2KS, his brother Todd was Bobby's crew chief / engine guy. Well, they would go around in their trailer rebuilding these engines, or building engines. They built a brand new engine. Is our first shop at Bartlesville. They had a short block, and Bobby calls my dad and said, "Hey Bob, can we use your shop for a few days? Finish putting this engine together." My dad said, "Yeah, come on." So they get this deal on there, and Todd gets the cylinder head, brand new Weldtecs. These are the first set of Weldtec heads, CNC quarter heads ever. So he puts them on there. He goes to put the push rods in and put the rocker arms on with the push rods hitting the side of the intake runner. So my dad's like, "Well, just take them off. We'll grind them, and do that." I said, "Oh, no. So Todd, he gets out a rat tail file, packs it full of wheel bearing grease, turns the engine upside down. I mean, just sawing away at it. Metal shavings falling down. My dad's like, "Todd, he's not an oil filter will get it,
Oh, so oil filter.
you and I did that. So anyway, my dad said, "Todd, well, let's throw it on the dyno, get your fuel curve set up, timing, check for leaks, No, that's what the track's for." So they load it. They go to the Knoxville Nationals, 1990. I think they might have started the car up in the parking lot. I don't know. So he shows up at Knoxville and qualifying. That's the first time that motor had seen that track. And then he goes on and wins the biggest race of his career, the 1990 Knoxville Nationals. And it was just, they don't call him Scruffy for a reason. You know?
Well, I mean, they were still building engines in their trailers when they first went back out on the road.
Yeah.
I mean, they've come a long way just with Logan and Jacob. Just in the short amount of time, they've come a long way too.
They have. It's crazy.
It's just, I don't know, man. It's just, I know I don't want to ask for your favorite, but most memorable driver.
Oh God!
From that ran a Westphal.
I
feel like I know one that's at the top of the list.
Well, I don't really have
like as far as like not outside of racing.
Outside of racing?
Yeah, like outside of like they ran your motors, but you had the most fun.
Oh, Terry Gray.
Terry Gray?
Oh yeah, well Terry McCarl. But
the
only reason I say Terry Gray is because him and my dad. He was like my dad's best friend.
Yes.
Outside of racing.
Well, a lot of people don't know he would come here in the winters.
Yep. Rebuild his engines. Terry's only one of maybe 3 or 4 guys that can build their own engine and be competitive. Terry Gray's one of them. Actually, his ex-brother-in-law, Sammy Swindell, is the same way. He can be one of those, Now, your other prima donnas, I shouldn't name names. Well, all of them are.
Name them.
Well, they're all outlaws, Highlands. They're all prima donnas. I mean, they can't. That's why they got crew chiefs and car chiefs, because they can't work on them anymore. Or I don't say they can't.
I will say
they don't. I don't know what you want to call it.
You stay kind of involved in all this, and I truly feel like one driver now that has a grasp on it is James.
McFadden, yeah. I don't know him.
He built motors in Australia.
Yeah.
And he still builds motors. So I think he's
Yeah,
probably the closest.
Yeah.
I would say.
Yeah, see,
outside of that, they're just helmet baggers.
Well, that's what I'm saying. I don't really know these drivers much anymore. Some old school stuff, but every year they get less and less. They retire. I mean, Paul McMahon or die. Yeah, unfortunately. Paul McMahon's one of them that retired. I know there's more. He just comes on top.
Paul's such a good guy.
Yeah. So, but I don't know. Memorable. I mean, they're all good. I mean, honestly, in the 35, 40 years. I mean, we might have had 1 or 2 dickheads for customers, I mean, maybe 3 or 4. I don't know, but they're all.
Who's the biggest dickhead?
I don't really remember.
We're gonna get to the nut cut.
Yeah, me. I got a filter.
You don't.
I don't really. I wouldn't say. I don't think it's so much a driver than it is maybe a couple car owners.
Yeah. I mean, you ain't got no money in the game.
Yeah, I know.
I mean,
my mouth got me in trouble before.
Yeah,
but I don't. Yeah, I had to think on that for a few minutes, But
favorite car owner.
Favorite car owner? Oh, Dennis Roth. Dennis Roth by far. He was. We did his motors for 10 years.
Yeah.
8 years. Dennis Roth by far. He was. He was good. I mean, didn't care what it cost. Best of the best. If something new comes out, I want. Oh, Glenn Passmore, locally. Glenn Passmore here in Oklahoma. Another one. Great guy. I mean, those two stand out in my mind right now. Dennis Roth and Glenn Passmore here in town.
Trey Lambert said, "Who in the world is the white-bearded guy on the right?"
Yeah, I know. Some old fat fuck. Former fat fuck, not anymore.
I was going to say, you're looking pretty good these days.
Yeah.
So, outside of national, favorite local car owner?
Local car owner?
Or driver, or
Man,
I mean, you can't really have a favorite, right? But like,
I don't.
The one, I guess the one you got along with the most?
I tell you who I think. I tell you that I think my dad's favorite car owner was just because he was Joe Herrera. Joe Herrera. My dad liked him. Johnny. I like Johnny. Johnny's been good. But I think that was my dad's favorite would have been Joe Herrera. I think, to be honest with you.
So,
my favorite, I don't really know. My favorite were the guys that paid their bills on time.
That's what I'm talking about.
That was my favorite.
Ain't that right, Steve?
Yeah.
All right. So outside of Knoxville, favorite racetrack?
Outside of Knoxville?
Because I know that's probably one of your favorite.
Yeah. I don't know. Peavey's pretty good. I've been there a few times. Chico was good.
It was good, and then it got bad.
But now I think it's coming back.
It's coming back. Yeah, which they're under control of Larson and Sweet now.
Oh, Chico is?
Yes.
Oh, I did not know that.
Yep. And then what's his name? He races Copeland. Kobe
Oh,
Copeland.
Kobe Copeland.
Kobe
yeah.
Copeland actually manages the track, I believe.
Okay.
Yeah. So,
Yeah, I don't know. I've been to, I don't know. But yeah, Chico stands out. Hell, Port City right down the road for local. You know, that's badass.
You know, like obviously we're like Steve and his family. They had Port City for a while.
Yep.
The Pickle family had it for a
Yeah.
while.
Yeah.
And then Aaron Lemons had it for a while. Then Eubanks and now Shane.
Yep.
And like the amount of drivers that come out of Port City.
Oh, you know, I was going to do an article years ago. I got with old Doug Auld. I mean, you talk about people that have gone on, whether it be ASCS, World of Outlaws. I mean, you have NASCAR. Yeah, Christopher Bell. Barry Hill's been here. Hillenberg. Shane. I say Christopher Bell. Pittman. I know there's
so many.
McIntosh, Jason Pursley, Brady Bacon. Man,
I'm a firm believer, and not because me and Shane have our show together, but like Port City to me is like hollow ground. Like it's,
dude, yeah.
Like there's a lot that's come out of that. You know what I mean?
Right. There's I don't know who's blowing my phone up.
Ned, yes, I was going to talk about that. Yes, Ned, I did get my care package. It's at the house. I have not opened it yet. I do know what's inside of that box. So Hero Haven has a beer.
Oh, yeah?
And I don't know if you know this, but I like drinking beers.
I've heard.
You've heard?
I've heard. I've seen.
Yeah, you've seen. Yeah. So Ned Hodgson sent me some Hero Haven beer.
Okay.
Yeah. So I do have the care package. Thank you so much to Hero Haven and for everything you do for our veterans. And thank you so much to everybody that supports me with the Lumber Lounge and Garage. If you want to, just kind of, I'm gonna do a shameless plug.
No, that's fine.
So we still have the TV giveaway going on. You still have till Saturday of the Chili Bowl to purchase something to get entered to win. It's a 75-inch TV this year.
Wow.
Yep. So we're giving away a 75-inch TV if you order online between now and Saturday of the Chili Bowl Nationals. We also, I'm gonna announce it right now, but I'm waiting on literature as far as what I really actually need to say.
Okay.
But we will be giving away at the Chili Bowl a Hasty Bake.
Oh, Hasty Bake Oven. Okay. Or grill, whatever. Yeah.
Yep, Hasty Bake Grill, charcoal grill. So,
And remember, if you can't be an athlete, be an athletic supporter.
So I have to make sure that literature and everything goes right, but we will have a Hasty Bake to give away at the Chili Bowl. It'll probably be by purchase. Obviously, you gotta purchase something to win the Hasty Bake. You will be able to take it home on Saturday. We'll give that away.
Well, now hang on. The Timu building burnt down, so it's coming from Timu.
Hey, Steve.
So
when the Timu building burnt down, how much did it cost?
Like
$63.
right, yeah. So the TV may be delayed because it was coming from Timu. It was probably in that fire. So.
Jimmy Lambert said, Snow, you got to bring Little Steve to say a few things. This is epic and historical shop. Love it.
Yep. Hysterical, too.
Yeah, it is hysterical.
Hysterical and
It is
historical.
hysterical. Steve,
Yeah.
you got summoned over here.
Yeah.
He's smarter than I am. He got away from racing.
Yeah.
So I want to bring, like, Steve is more than welcome to come on anytime he wants, but Steve will actually be my first guest on Monday night at the Chili Bowl.
Oh, okay.
And we're going to talk about, what are we going to talk about? Outfits? Yeah, outfits and car designs that look like shit, I think.
Or something like that. Yeah. His stuff's ragged all the time. Yeah.
Oh, man. You know, some of the ugliest cars inside the expo.
Yeah.
Speaking of the expo, the I don't know what annual shootout move-in starts tomorrow.
I thought I saw
Is it
40th.
40th? Because
It starts tomorrow. Moving was
move-in was today and yesterday, so it is the 40th because next year is the 40th Chili Bowl. Correct, Steve? Yes.
I think so.
Yes.
Yeah. Then, that's why I had to come back over Friday for the shoot. I've been to every shootout they've had, and
Okay, so
every chili bowl they've had.
Have you ever built a midget motor?
No, yeah, Andy Pierce out of Bartlesville, Oklahoma, back in '91. Was the old Gertie 4-cylinder Gertie Rodak block back when they were the big thing. Yeah, it was. Andy Pierce from up in Indianapolis now, and then we rebuilt one for Matt Sherrill a few years ago, and
Good old
Andrew
Mongoose.
Deal. Yep, and Andrew Deal. Matter of fact, he put it in the feature when I ran second or third, and third I think because that's when they took 3 cars and put it in the feature. So we actually had a midget motor in the Chili Bowl one year. So yeah, but those things.
But you built all kinds of motors.
Yeah.
I remember one time you told me that you guys built a Silver Crown motor.
Yeah, Gary Zeronian, Bud Kading drove at the.
He's at
Tulsa.
Bud's kind of a slouch.
Bud, he's
okay.
He's a good dude. Yeah, we built one rebuilt. That was actually one of my dad's old bosses, Ed Pink. It was Ed Pink. We rebuilt it completely, went through and everything. And Bud Kading had that race out here at Tulsa. Ended up winning it.
Tulsa 77?
So it was cut short.
The Tulsa 77?
Yeah.
Because they had to catch a flight.
Yeah, that's what I heard.
You sacrificials had to catch a flight.
Then we did that. We did a couple, but that was the most memorable one. That's I think our one and only USAC feature win, or Silver Crown, but whatever.
So we've mentioned Ed Pink a couple times now.
Yeah.
So you just recently got back from going to California, and you got to go to Ed Pink's shop.
Yeah.
What was that like?
Oh my God!
Like emotion?
Yeah. I got this. My dad had.
Did you cry?
No, not really. No.
I mean, I would have.
Well, I got a little emotional, but my dad, where he stood together and put motors together for Don Prudhomme and Don Schumacher, his engine assembly, I stood right there where he did, it was cool. The only thing is when my dad would go there to work, of course I would tag along with him, and he set me up on a workbench, and they had the old, back when Folgers coffee cans were steel or aluminum, well they had it full of sugar cubes. Guys used to put, they didn't have that foo-foo stuff, now they pour it out of a bottle.
That's flammable.
It is. So they would, there was a coffee can full of sugar cubes, and I would just sit there and eat sugar cubes. My dad would be over there
That
holding the block.
explains so much now.
Yeah, right. Yeah. So I would eat sugar cubes, and he would be holding blocks. So it was good times back then. It was good. It was before California got stupid. We were there.
Oh yeah.
But now it's a fucking shithole. I went out there, like I said, I go back there about once every other year, but. My God. We went out there 2 years ago for my kid's 21st birthday. Went out to Vegas, me and Brenda and Andy. And I said, well, let's go over to Southern California. He's on like a 3-hour drive. I said, let's go over there and I'll show you where I was born or raised, and went out there. And holy shit, people living on the sidewalks and tents and campers and God, what a shit hole. I mean, sorry for the California people, but it's true. I mean,
I think all the real California people are leaving.
Yeah. Northern California's not that bad.
Oh yeah, Chico area,
Chico,
North,
Calistoga, Fresno,
yep.
Bakersfield.
Calistoga's coming back next year.
Yeah. Gotta get
I'm
back
pretty
out
excited about that. I love Calistoga.
Yep.
Love Calistoga.
So is everybody dead out there, and they just don't know what to ask?
Oh no, they're watching.
No, I didn't know if anybody's asking.
Yeah, the last thing was bringing him on.
Oh, okay.
But please, if you guys have questions for Kelly, please throw them in the comments. We will definitely answer them. So.
He's working on the new car.
What do you do now? I know what you do now, but tell them what you do now.
Well, I get up every morning at 3 o'clock and go load trucks at UPS. I load trucks at UPS. Got just like my 3rd year. I just love it. The insurance is great, I mean, hell, I went back January of 23, I guess it was, I got my first colonoscopy and got my fingers up my ass and all that stuff. And that was $5,000 to have them put fingers up my ass, but I wasn't.
You could have got that cheaper down here on Admiral.
I know, right? Yeah, God dang, I went there at Admiral a while ago. Holy shit! Wow. So yeah, that was $5,000 to have them deal with my booty hole, for whatever. And the insurance is zero. I mean, it didn't cost a damn dime. So I do that UPS, and then. I have a shaved ice trailer.
Nitro Ice.
Nitro Ice.
Nitro Ice.
Yep, Nitro Ice.
How come we don't
Check
bring
that.
it to the Chili Bowl?
Well, because the
it's already
fairground,
full?
and
Fucking,
the fairground, they get all that, so.
They get all booty.
I do that, yeah, and then, the Shaver Westmore Gear Drive, Ron Shaver.
You live in Missouri now?
Yep, Branson, Missouri, yeah.
Good old Branson.
Yeah, so,
What's your favorite sideshow in Branson?
Oh, I don't really. They're all pretty good, we don't really go to that many shows.
Well,
we
so
live there, but
your girlfriend actually, didn't she do something with the show?
no, she did.
She did. Okay,
She
okay,
worked
she
for a
did.
theater,
Okay,
but now
okay.
she works at one of the attractions.
Which one?
Wonderworks. It's a big old upside down house. So
shit.
yeah, that's what she does. So, and then her son has 2 snap-on trucks, and she manages that.
Oh, nice.
And then she busts her ass with me in the shaved ice trailer, and she works there, and so she's an old racer gal. Her dad used to sell programs at Jackson Motorplex up there in Minnesota.
Oh,
She's from Minnesota, so
No shit.
yeah, her dad sold programs up there, and so she's been around racing her whole life. Then she worked for R.J. Reynolds there for almost 20 years. Part of her, as she went up through the ranks, part of her job was to escort Jimmy Spencer around all the, whatever. You got to be here at this appearance, you got to be at that appearance, and so that's what so she did. And her kids raced. As a matter of fact. My car, I built a brand new car back in 07. Scott Sawyer drove the car and won the driller, got the driller in A class. And her son actually ran second. Her one son ran second right behind him. Until Tech. Then he no longer ran second. He got relegated last. Yeah, pretty much. I give him shit about it every. Matter of fact, it's about time I drove my driller out and set it up there. Hey, remember this? They did it right.
I see you touting it too.
Oh they said, well, you're illegal. I said, I said, I'll plead the fifth, but it's not what you know, it's who you know.
Absolutely.
At the shootout,
So we got a question.
Oh yeah, what's up?
Did your dad ever do any ARCA or NASCAR?
Yeah. As a matter of fact, he did. We built an ARCA motor for Gary Wright when he did Bill White.
GW.
Yeah, actually rent to own. We were doing Gary's sprint car motors, and then he did an ARCA deal. So we rebuilt that motor, rebuilt it complete. Oh, and Christy Passmore, we did.
Oh, I remember
she
that.
did
Yep.
that. We did her motors. NASCAR, we did. He did a NASCAR Grand National motor back when it was called Grand National. Bush, what do they call it now?
I don't know. I still call it Bush.
Xfinity or whatever.
I still call it Bush.
Yeah.
I think Bush is a significant
Yeah.
name.
Oh yeah. So we.
Like, who doesn't like Bush?
Right. Both kinds. Both kinds of bush.
Exactly right.
But the one he did was built the Terra Blue when we lived in Charlotte. Morgan Shepherd went to Hickory Speedway and won. So we have one NASCAR win to our name. My dad does. Yeah.
Westmore has a NASCAR win.
Yeah, and I think we did it. Well, when Andy Hillenberg was with STP, we built rebuilt an engine for a NASCAR truck motor. Bobby Hamilton drove it, and I don't know where he finished. Then we built a brand new truck motor for a guy named Scott Grissom. You may not, some of you may not know who Scott Grissom is, but you might remember his dad, Gus Grissom. He was one of the astronauts that perished in the Apollo 11 on the launch pad. That was Scott Grissom's dad, Gus Grissom. So, and then the other NASCAR we did, when we was at Charlotte, like I say, Tim Richmond was our driver. We ran Pontiacs and stuff.
Speaking of Folgers coffee cans.
Yeah, right. We ran Pontiacs. Well, Barry Dodson, our crew chief for the cup car, wanted to try a Chevrolet Monte Carlo. That's when it had that weird window, the back window.
Yeah.
So
Like a bubble.
like a bubble
Yeah.
almost. Yeah. So we did that. That's one of those deals where Beetle had told Sammy, he said, "Hey, we'll put you in this car." So my dad built an engine for that, for the NASCAR, for Sammy. Went to Atlanta, and I think the starter or something fell off Dave Marcus's car. And I think Kyle Petty ran over it and whatever, and Sammy come in. Didn't have 4 or 5 car crash. Sammy didn't have nowhere to go. I think, if I remember correctly. So yeah, we have done some NASCAR, ARCA, Bush, truck. So yes, we have. So that's our history in that. You know, man, you know, when we left Charlotte, you know, my dad at that time, he had offers to go to other Cup teams, but he's like, I don't want to be one of those that wheels my toolbox on wheels, because those guys, you know, they wheel their toolbox from one shop to another. And he says, I'm to the point, I'm old, or older, he was 45 at the time. He's like, I don't want to do that. So, you know, so that's why he decided to go out on his own and do that. You know, so it was thin when we first got started, because when we was in Charlotte, Blue Max, we were just to do Sammy's motors or Sammy's engines, and that's it. Well, my dad, you know, Wolfgang would call up, Carl Kinzer would call up, said, hey, Bobby Davis Jr. was like, hey, can you build our engines? So my dad went to Beetle and said, hey, you know, Carl's calling, Wolfgang's calling, Bobby Davis is calling. You know, we can make money at this deal. And Beetle's like, nope, you build Sammy's engines, that's it. That's it. So when we went on our own, boy, man, I always tell this story, is when we left here, when we left out of Steve's shop behind us, moved up to Bartlesville, and I'm fresh out of high school in '88, and we were building old street motors off the deal, old, you know, factory stock, street stock, whatever. And so the first couple of years, I mean, I was working for nothing, but I was living at home with mom and dad. I had a roof over my head, food on the table, and clothes on my back. Well, then we would get to going. Then we invested, because we ended up moving back here to Bixby. We would finally get going. People found out we were not at Beatles anymore. We were Westmar. Well, then we started getting more calls. But I'll never forget, we started doing really good. Then my dad would throw me a 50 every week. He said, here's $50. You know, I was like, shit. Well, yeah, 3 months after that, we're going good. We're going even better. And he ups the pay to $100 a week. So I'm getting $100 a week. Here I am, 24 years old, you know, and I'm making $100 a week while my other buddies, they're in college and they're making, what, 30, 40 grand? Didn't care. I didn't give a shit. I was with my dad, was building engines, going to races.
You cannot replace that.
Yeah, no, you know, I don't give a shit. You know, these other guys, they, you know, kids, whatever. I don't care, but I was with my dad. That's all I give a shit about.
You know, and so now, so like for me, right, like, so I got to do that with my dad when I was younger. I go to the races. My dad quit racing earlier than most.
Right.
And then I obviously got involved in racing, and now I take my son to racing.
Yeah? Is he showing interest? Is he be like, Dad, you got to have one of these quarter midgets?
If you ask him, he's going to be a firefighter race car driver.
Yeah. Go with a firefighter.
Yeah,
A lot
that's
more,
what I told him.
Yeah, a lot better retirement pension.
But yeah, so I took my son to Knoxville for the first time.
Oh, yeah.
And I got to see basically how I seen Knoxville as a 4-year-old. Through my son's eyes.
Yeah.
And dude, I got emotional.
Yeah.
I'll tell you the biggest way I got emotional is when me, back in the 80s, when my dad raced there, we would come up 35 and we would cut across at Osceola.
Yeah, Osceola. Yeah.
And then come up 14, right there at Sheridan, right? Well, we would stop at Sheridan and play in the playground right there.
Okay.
Right? There's a little playground or whatever. Man, I don't know what it was, but I turn on 14 to go north. I pass that playground, and like I tell my son, like, hey buddy, I used to play that playground. And I started getting choked up.
Yeah.
And I was like, oh,
Ain't that crazy?
this is my dad and me,
Yeah.
and my brother,
Full
driving to
circle.
Knoxville.
Full circle.
You know, and then just seeing him see Knoxville, which is totally different than when I was a kid.
Oh yeah.
But
Oh yeah. Oh my God. You remember Knoxville? When Knoxville started losing the Knoxville was when, you know, behind the grandstand. Well, first of all, they built the grandstand. I mean, back then, you know, but remember when everybody parked behind the grandstands?
That's
all
where
the
you-
motorhomes, campers, and then they moved that, and they put all those vended t-shirt trailers at Tool Town but once they moved them out of there, to me, that's when Knoxville started losing some of its aura or nostalgia. But I get it. Again, we got to advance with the times, you know. Now we got fucking kids with Wi-Fi chargers and shit, you know. I mean, whatever.
so Kyle Anderson.
Yeah. Here in Glenwood.
So he asked this question, and I was going to ask this question too. Where does the mark come from?
Oh, okay. Well, there's a guy who's named Phil Dittmar, Ditmar. He worked with my dad out there at Ed Pink's. He was the head machinist. So when they left, my dad brought him with us. He's from Iowa. So anyway, so my dad, like, what are we going to call this, And for some reason, I said, well, our last name is Westphal. His is Dittmar's, and this is like Westmar. So that's it. They just combined their names.
You came up with the name?
No, my dad.
Oh, your dad? Okay.
Yeah, they just decided Westmar was 2 people. Well, he was with us here, but he left after about 2 years because, again, weren't making any money. It was slim pickings. So he went back to work for Penske. At that time, Penske had basically bought out Beetle once Beetle got in trouble with the IRS. That was 89. They won the Cup championship in 80. When did Rusty Wallace? 87? Yeah, it was the Kodiak car because Sammy was sponsored by Kodiak. The NASCAR was sponsored by Kodiak. So anyways, yeah, so he went back to work for Beetle, and then...
Top 5. No, top 5. Kodiak car, best looking of all time.
That's Sammy Kodiak car.
Yeah.
You'll see my green race car.
Yeah.
Yes.
Yeah, it...
We have a top 5 that we just kind of keep going round and round about.
Yeah.
Normally it's not about race cars. But.
Yeah, so that's how Westmar come about. So, yeah. So, my favorite all the time is the old Milwaukee car.
The old Milwaukee car?
Yeah, I mean, that's
top 5.
That's, I don't know.
FedEx,
yeah.
I like purple.
No, that's right. You do. That's right. I remember. Yeah. So that's a story on that. That was back when the Kodiak and the old Milwaukee car. That's when they hand letters. So I don't know how many nights I'd watch the guy come in, the gold leaf, and yeah.
My uncle did that. He was a sign painter. So my dad and Tim Green are really good friends.
Oh yeah. Mm-hmm.
And so Tim, remember his pink car?
Yeah, the '78, wasn't it?
It was a 14.
14.
You're thinking of
no, there's another guy out in California named Randy Boldrini. Randy, not Randy.
You might be right.
Yeah, it was a number 78 car. They were Kit. No,
maybe.
I don't know. They were out in pink car, but that's the first pink car I saw.
Maybe. Was Tim Green driving it?
Well, no, the guy I saw was a guy named Randy Boldrini.
Oh, okay.
Now, Green may have drove that car at one time.
So, I remember, because there's pictures on the wall at my grandparents' house,
Yeah.
still to this day, and my uncle painted the car.
Oh, wow.
And it was pink with gold leaf.
Right.
And, I mean, it was just...
Yeah, they would take that piece like a bulb or like a piece of velvet, and they would
Yes,
just twist it.
and so there's still people that can do it.
Oh, yeah. They're pretty far between. Yeah.
There's a guy here in town.
Bob Rick,
No.
the wizard.
Nope. Well, Wizard still is here.
Yeah.
No, there's a younger guy. His name's Gooch. This guy, he's out in Broken Arrow. I mean, dude, you want some pinstripes and some gold leaf and silver leaf?
Wow.
Like he's the next coming, right? Like because it's a lost art.
Right? Oh,
Let's
yeah.
be honest with you.
Oh, yeah.
You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Like you used to be able to the Eastwood catalog and be able to get the starter pinstriping kit.
Yeah,
right?
yeah.
I think you can still get that.
Yeah. Crazy.
TMC too much.
Too much chrome? Yeah.
Too much.
Yeah, or another good one is called this much cock. This much cock. It'd be like that. That's what they.
Hey, did you guys know that?
You gotta do that, right?
stood for?
TMC. They said TMC stand for too much chrome, and it used to be this much cock. Back in the day, I know. Stick around, you'll learn some stuff.
This is exactly why I said yes. This is exactly why I said yes.
Yeah.
Dude, I will wish for everything when it comes to Kelly Westphal. Like, you guys don't understand how much I really love this guy. Like, I don't even know if he understands it. Like, I got to meet Kelly when I first started getting involved in racing.
That was Scott Brown.
Yep, Scott Brown.
Yep.
And Gary Wright, and like just. And then I bought a mini chopper from you.
Yeah.
And then I went to jail.
Yeah, Knoxville. Remember that.
Yeah, the mini chopper cost me $800.
Yeah.
It cost me $160 to get out. So the mini chopper cost me $960.
That was fun. That was good times.
So the reason I know Craig Kinzer won that year is because that's the year that I went to jail. That is the day. So I kind of got a little choked up today.
Yeah.
I kind of told Bobby about this. Steve was on the phone. Lee Lindgren.
Lee Lindgren,
You know
yeah,
Lee
Pennsylvania?
Lindgren? California.
California.
Yeah,
Lee-
with Tanner.
Yeah. Okay, that's okay.
So-
I'm thinking of Lee Stauffer.
Yeah, oh yeah, Lethal Lee. Yeah,
Pennsylvania.
yeah,
Never
yeah.
mind.
Lethal
Utterly
Lee.
different Lee.
Lethal Lee is he's the best that ever happened to himself. Sorry, did I say that?
Yeah.
Anyway, Lethal Lee doesn't know me, but anyway.
Yeah.
So Lee Lindgren, who is California Ranch, Tyler Walker, Tanner Thorson.
You didn't work on the Tri-C car too?
Yes,
think?
yes.
Yeah.
So he calls me today, and he says, "Hey Snow, are you at the shootout? I got something for you." I said, "Yeah, man, where you at?" He's like, "Meet me at my trailer." He helps.
So he's here.
Yeah, he helps the Torgesons
Oh,
for the shootout. So he says, "Hey, meet me over at the trailer in about 30 minutes." That sounds good. So I go over there, and he hands me a Stephen Allard hat.
Oh yeah, Steve, yeah. Steve,
So-
okay, Jonathan. Stephen's the one that passed away. A few
Yes,
years ago.
yes. So I was very good friends with Steven, and I'm still very good friends with Jonathan. Jonathan actually is my only New Zealand lumber lounge driver. He
okay.
flies the flag in New Zealand, right?
Oh, I didn't even know he was over there.
Yeah. He lives there.
Are you shitting
His
me?
wife? No. Yes.
Oh wow.
Yeah. And so he gives me an SA hat, and I got a little bit emotional because my one and only Gold Cup.
Was with him as a driver?
Well, it wasn't with him as a driver, but like they welcomed me like I was family with him and Jonathan, and we just had a good old time. I literally met Steven at Knoxville when he was driving for Ricky Wright.
Oh yeah, Rick,
Yep,
right.
yep,
Yeah.
yep.
We did their engines for a few
Yep,
years. Yeah,
yep.
yeah.
And
Oh
so-
God, I forgot about that
Yeah,
one.
and so that's when I kind of met Steven and Jonathan, and so for him to give that to me. Because he puts on the Stephen Allard Memorial Race in Chico every year.
Yeah, yeah.
And he gave me that hat, and I got choked up.
Yeah.
It's like because Stephen was such a cool dude, and
Right.
yeah, so that was cool to me.
Right. Yeah.
You know, the thing is like we appreciate this so much. Like I tell everybody, like he's a fan, he's a fan, he's a fan, he's a fan. We're all fans of this shit before we're anything, right? Chad Wheeler is the one that explained it to me.
Yeah.
He said, "Snow, we're just fans."
Yeah.
He goes, we get to enjoy racing, but we're fans. Because if we're not fans, then we don't enjoy it.
Right.
You know, like we get to go out and we get to watch our friends race, we get to watch our enemies race.
Yeah.
You know, like we just get
Well,
to have fun.
you know, and that's the thing that see you guys. See you
See you,
later,
Kyle.
man.
By the way, Kyle Spence is here in the
He's
flesh.
driving the 3U, 7U,
Yeah.
5U, 9U,
Three-
whatever. He's
which
driving
one
a
is
U
it?
car.
The U car.
U2,
Yeah,
you
yeah.
know,
He
Bono.
made some hot laps today out of Port City. He's
Yeah.
from Jersey.
Yeah.
From Jersey. Big
So-
block modified guy?
No,
No.
No.
no modified.
No
No,
modified.
modified, mortified.
Late
Sprint
models?
cars. Sprint cars. Micros.
Sprint cars and
All
no cars,
sprint
right?
cars, all micros.
Yeah.
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 Kyle Spence. Actually,
No midgets out there.
big 410 guy.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, sure.
Sure.
Sure, whatever. Got
Big,
4 wheels and a
big,
motor.
big midget
yeah.
guy.
Yeah.
Today he was on the wrench, Kyle Spence.
On the
On the wrench, Kyle Spence. He's been on the wrench for like 3 days.
Yeah.
He's been on
You
the
driving the shootout? You running the shootout?
Not this year.
Not this year? Okay. Okay.
He won that KKM. Give that. He was the first.
Yeah.
First to win the KKM.
Second Port City race for the KKM. Yeah.
Oh,
I
okay.
think Snyder won it the first time.
Oh, that's right. That's right.
That's how sick he is. He took the ride, not the money.
Right, right. Yeah, well, hey.
And we're back in the 9U. I gotta keep it straight. We got Def Kid 7U. We got Gabba Gabool, Ryland Gray's in 9U, 3U, and then 9U. On the fence on the ranch.
Yep.
Kyle doesn't drink, so I've witnessed that for the last 2 nights. Good luck, buddy.
Yeah, man.
Man, I don't understand, or you don't understand how much I appreciate you calling me.
Oh, no. Well, yeah, I was halfway over for that deal, and I'm like, what the hell? Oh, I'm good. I'm trying to watch my
have a
figure,
15.
you know. Yeah. Maybe after a while.
Hey, can you? There's a cooler here. I'd rather have a beer.
Oh yeah.
Dessert.
dessert?
Yeah, no, it was cool. Like I said, I know you guys just started this here not too long ago, and that's why I watch it every now and then when I get up at 3, so I don't get to watch that much. I said, well, let's go over sometime. And it just dawned on me, wait the fuck a minute, so I'm like, yeah, let's do this. I'm here in town. I didn't know if you guys had a shootout going on, all that. I was like, well, hell, I'll just call anyways, and see what's up.
So, you raced.
Haha. No, I attempted. I knew
you'd say that.
Yeah, no, I was out there. No, it was cool. I think the first time was a micro out there in Port City. I ran a sportsman class because I couldn't afford that other shit. And now you can't even afford a sportsman class.
No shit.
I mean, then I built the two-barrel. They had class out there at Tulsa. They run 100 amps. Then they put them in 94. They put them in a sprint car frame, steel block, steel heads, straight plug heads. Chevrolet heads. I mean, good motor. Back then it was affordable because you run the Sportsman rod. You can buy it from Crowder $450 a set. Crankshaft had to weigh like 57 pounds. I think you buy it for like $900. I don't know. The stupidest thing they ever did was let them go run any bottom end, anything you wanted. So now we're building engines, two-barrel engines, from a $900 crank to a $2,600 crank, 57-pound crank down to a 41-pound crank. Now you're running billet rods at $1,800 a set when you can get them from Crowder for $450 a set. Titanium valves. You're an $1,100 set of intake valves. Back then, they were $168 for a set.
Yeah.
Now we're running titanium valves. Shaft-mounted rockers. I don't know what. $1,200 back then. I don't know what they were, $1,000, $1,200. Now the shaft. Back then they were stud mount rockers. You can buy them for $300 or $400 a set. Wet sump's fine. Now they're going to aluminum heads, which I get it. They're repairable, but how many times did you break a head, steel block, whatever.
100%. I agree with you.
Now, I mean, those motors, I don't know what I had in mind because I had a lot of stuff given to me. Crowder crank rods, CP pistons, a lot of stuff that guys we used in our engines for our paying customers. I got a lot of, I mean, but it was just as fast as anybody. When I put Mike Peters in it, Andy Hillenberg in it, Aaron Lemons drove it, it was fast then, but with me, not so fast.
Phil Filler?
Yeah, Phil. I was many, many more. On the advertisements, I was many more,
So I want to know your take on this. Where are we at right now with sprint car racing?
Where are we
like
at?
The state of sprint car racing.
I don't know.
Where do you think
everybody says, "Oh, it's healthy." Yeah. Well, when how can it be healthy when motors are 75,000? And I heard it from a prominent engine builder. He's going up to 80,000 for a 410. How is that healthy? It's no longer a average Joe.
No.
I don't know. I don't know. I don't really give a shit. Everybody's like, I sell gear drives, to Kistler, Fisher, Jamie Moyle, Don Ott. Of course, Shaver uses them. I mean, I sell to all the engine builders, most of them. And I know like Morrison, there's Charlie Garrett, Newman. I mean, I know they use bicycle chains for their timing assembly, but the real engine builders, use gear drives. I just say real engine. Yeah, well, then Morrison.
Newman uses bicycle chains for
yeah, but I can't say it because Morrison, he just won the championship with David Gravel. So
he did.
But I gotta give the guy because I sell gear drives. That's what I do. I don't know. You hear everybody saying, "Oh, the state of sprint car racing is healthy." Well, like I said, how is it healthy when they're $80,000 and the 360s? They're $65,000 anymore. Running right rear tires, 300, 400. What are they? And you go out there and burn them off. I mean, I don't know how it's healthy, but you listen to all the experts, and by no means am I an expert. But
I feel like you're kind of up there on the expert level.
Yeah, but like I said, I've been out of it full time for 7 years. But like I said, you hear everybody saying how healthy it is, but I don't know how healthy it is. And then, so about 3 weeks ago, Bobby Sawyer comes over to Branson. Him and his wife come over for visiting. And, I said they're doing a brand new car for Christopher Bell. He just picked it up, like that Tuesday. And I said, Bobby, I said, how much are these micros? And he said, well, Mike Ross, you know, the owner of Sawyer Chassis, he said, well, he had a guy call, whatever, for his kid, imagine that, for a restrictor car, and it was complete, all the carbon fiber. I said, what do you get, Bobby? He said, well, Mike quoted him $29,000 for a restrictor car.
Without a motor.
No, it was a motor, race ready. It was race ready, but $29,000 for a fucking micro? Are you fucking? Steve's giggling over there, and he's got 45 and just a fucking engine in his midget. Probably, you know. I mean, we're all stupid. We know that race. We're not going to get. Was the old saying from 100 years ago? If you want to make $1 million in racing, you start with $2 million. You know?
Exactly.
I get it. I mean, it's all racing. I mean,
we're idiots.
We're smart, but we're idiots. Yeah,
We're
just
idiots.
But. I mean, for a micro, $29,000 for a fucking micro,
And that's cheap.
Well,
That's
again,
actually cheap.
And look,
That's actually cheap
well,
for a
I
restrictor.
mean, yeah, but I mean, which is basically an outlaw. All you do is take the restrictors, that right? Same motor, same everything.
close,
I mean,
yeah.
what the fuck? You know, I mean, it's just
They're selling literally at the shootout right now 30, 35, 40 grand
yeah.
for a micro.
Well, hell, my girlfriend, her son, he races up there in Iowa, and we sent a motor off to Guy to rebuild, and they run an outlaw or A class up there in Iowa, and I mean, I get it, $12,000 for a rebuild,
Yeah.
for a fucking rebuild.
Yeah.
Oh, I know, I get it. I mean, our 410s and 360s, they were 10, 11 grand.
Yeah,
7
but
years
that
ago,
was
I mean, that.
410 and 360.
Well, I know, right? That was.
Then
I don't know what.
micro motors.
Now, you know,
there's outlaw micro motors like Lineman, Adams, and all. They're like 20, 25 grand.
That's what Bobby was saying. Yeah,
Like-
I know.
I don't understand.
Well, then
And-
I'd heard-
but then you
and I-
have Brady Bacon and Leon Bacon. They go out here with a motor straight off the bike, never change the oil. They go out there and wax everybody's
Yeah.
ass.
Well,
I
I
remember
was
that.
that's when I was 30, and I told when I built that new micro back in 06, and Scott Sawyer drove it for me, motor, car, and everything. I had 13,000 in it. You know, so but hey, I got 100.
That's a junior sprint now
yeah,
without a motor.
yeah.
Because a junior sprint now is like 20, 25. Yeah. It's insane.
Wow.
Insane.
Yeah. But hey, I got
Remember
150.
I was
I
talking
got
earlier?
150. I got
Talking
$150
earlier?
golden driller trophy though.
Yeah.
at the house, you know. I guess that's what they say. I mean, yeah, you know, it don't matter what it pays. It's that golden driller. Obviously, it don't matter what it pays. I mean, why else would Kyle Larson winning 100 grand last night or this morning, jump on a plane and come back here for
Yep.
1,000 to win? Obviously, it ain't for the money, you know. But I don't know. Whatever, it is what it is. But like I say, as far as the state, I don't know. Don't care. Just buy gear drives. You know?
Buy Shaver Westmark gear drives.
That's right. Yeah.
Yeah, we got to keep nitro
Ice,
going.
yeah. I got a 70 Nova. I'm getting ready. It's being in the body shop being painted, so that's 20 grand. So buy gear drives or buy shaved ice. You know, so you know. But
Where do you do all your shaved ice at? Where do you go?
well, I have there in Branson, but this year I was done after last year. I mean, by the time I get up at 3 o'clock in the morning, go to UPS, do my deal, come home. Yeah, I'd come home and cat nap unless I have gear drives to put together.
Right.
And then I go open this shaved ice trailer at 1 o'clock, 2 o'clock, till 8 o'clock, and then I'm done. I get home at 9, go to bed, up at 3 o'clock, and I told my girlfriend, I said, I'm done. Let's sell.
Yeah.
And then she talked me into, why don't we just do events only on the weekends? All right, we'll try it. You know, so we'll see how this year goes. You know, so. But,
I'm telling you, I think nitro ice would sell great at the shootout.
well, you know, there's too many. Everybody's got to get their cut. You know,
Oh, no.
That's why everybody's like, you know, why don't you? I'll come work for you, nitro ice. My girlfriend, fuck that. We ain't paying nobody to do it. We can do it our own. She's a money hungry.
Nothing wrong with it.
Yeah.
Nothing wrong with it.
Yeah, which that's fine. You know, but we'll see what happens. You know, so.
I feel like we could just keep going on and on and on.
Yeah, we could.
And we're going to do this again.
Yeah, let's do it.
If you're in town for the Chili Bowl, you can come by the booth.
I will. I'll come over Thursday.
Yep. So
Thursday
we'll be at the booth at the Chili Bowl, in the trade show. You can come by. You'll be able to get entered to win a Hasty Bake. You'll probably have to purchase something.
Yeah. Well, that's what's needed. That's what you gotta do.
Whoa. We got a question.
Oh shit.
Shaver Westmar and Nitro Ice, two of my favorite sponsors of the Stuart Aller Memorial.
Oh, Tyler Perry.
Yeah. Yeah.
Yeah, we did that. Yeah, we gave,
And he said, "Rough crowd you're in, Kelly."
I know. Yeah, we gave gear drive away and a front cover. Do it again next
Tyler.
year.
Let's talk about that.
Yeah, he
Good old Tyler.
yeah, that's was Stuart Alley's race, the Stuart Alley Memorial. Billy Alley was one of our customers, and he was one of them that won the 360 net. He's one of our 11 wins.
Oh, yeah.
2 of them actually, one
Yep.
in 03 and 04 back to back.
Big old bright yellow number 22.
Yep. So he was a good guy. That's another one of my dad's favorite. One of his favorite coaches was Stuart Alley, actually. He liked Stuart. Well, because my dad's from Nebraska.
Yep.
Stuart, Billy,
See,
are
I
from
didn't know that. I
Nebraska.
didn't know
Oh,
you
yeah,
were-
he was
your
born
dad was from that?
born and raised in Nebraska. Yeah, so, yeah, that's why him and Stuart hit it off. Well, Stuart was just a good guy. He was just a great guy.
He was so
He's,
awesome.
I don't know. Like I said, there was a lot of good. I don't know.
Darren Stewart did a great job.
Darren
We're
Stewart.
doing a good job.
Yeah, Darren. Yeah, well, we'll talk about Darren and Shane and how we got. You know, I remember we moved here in '86, and well, Steve, we would they would race quarter midgets out there at the Tulsa Quarter Midget Club on Wednesday nights, and that's why I would hang around Steve. And, well, there they are. There's the quarter midgets right there, and Shane. Of course, Shane was there. Darren Stewart,
Keep talking.
Shane
I'm
Stewart.
gonna raise it up a little bit so people can see it.
Yeah. The Stewarts were there. Darren Pittman and his brother Derek Pittman, and then Steve over there raced. And so I was at the track one night, and Shane was running or something. I don't know what he was. Shane had crashed or something. And my first impression of Shane get out of there, and he was stomping around. You know, I noticed when Shane got out of the car, there was no shoes on. All he had was socks. I don't know if Steve may have raced without shoes too, but I'm like, oh, fuck, these kids, no shoes, you know. And no Shane, he goes stomping off. I think he was like 10 years old at the time.
That's about how tall he is now.
Yeah. And
I love Shane.
so
He
yeah,
might
that's
beat me
what
up.
that was our first interaction with Shane. And they got into sprint car racing, and they brought a 410. They actually bought a used motor off of Jeff Shepard, and brought it to us, and we rebuilt the engine for Shane. And then a few years later, Darren, come along after the micro stuff, and Shane or Darren would race, and so that was '92. So that's what we've been with Shane, or Shane's been with us. We've been with Shane. Well, not the whole time, because obviously Shane would drive for different people. They use different motors, but since '92, I guess you can say is when we have been with the Stewarts or vice versa, or whatever. So, yeah. So,
Man, like the amount of so Hoagie's Garage with Tobe and Bud, they always talk about how when me and Shane are talking, like we somehow remember all this shit.
yeah.
Right?
Oh, yeah.
And like you're the same way.
Yeah.
Like we just remember everything.
Yeah, well.
Sometimes we want to forget some of the
Yeah,
shit we did, right?
well, there's a lot of things. Like my girlfriend's like, oh, how can you remember all this shit? I can remember who started on the pole of this and the heat race and who crashed, but I can't remember to fucking take the clothes out of the dryer, washer and put them in the dryer, you know?
I can't remember what I had for dinner last
Yeah,
night.
exactly.
Yeah.
But I can remember, who ran what race and, so.
Well, Kelly, I
Yep.
this is great.
Yeah, dude.
Thank you for calling me.
Yeah, no, finally
This was
cool.
awesome.
Yeah.
We're gonna do the chili bowl.
Yeah.
We'll throw you on
Do you
there
have any
too. I'll have.
naked women there? Or?
I mean, you never know.
Right, okay, well.
Just don't tell my wife.
Oh, yeah, shit. Edit.
Ask Steve.
Cut that part out.
Steve,
Cut that part out.
Steve said you can hang out here all you want, but I'm not getting involved with your wife because she'll kill you.
Yeah.
My wife is full-blooded Italian.
Oh, jeez.
Yep. Third removed Sicilian.
So she gonna bring some meatballs with the chili bowl? Or?
If you want, she actually made homemade lasagna tonight.
Why is she bringing it down here to us?
Because it's actually for tomorrow night. Like lasagna is always better the second day.
Oh yeah, you gotta let shit ferment.
Yeah, but then
mix
you
together.
reheat it. Yep. So,
Yeah.
thank you so much for coming.
Yeah. Steve, he didn't say he just sat over there. And...
Yeah,
Saving it all
for
for the chili bowl.
Chili bowl. Yeah, you pop up on Monday.
Yeah.
Monday afternoon at the chili bowl.
Well,
It might be a different deal.
I'm not coming over till Thursday or whatever.
It's all right.
so.
I'm sure we can pop you on there.
Right. Hey, can I have a Shirley Temple to go? I gotta drive back. Okay. All right. Cool.
Thank you guys so much for joining us here tonight on the Lumber Lounge and Garage. It's bench racing, but with Kelly Westphal instead of Shane Stewart. We do that every now and again. Obviously, Shane wasn't feeling well, and it was his daughter's birthday.
Yep.
Thank you to Steve and Bobby for letting us come down here to the Trifecta Motorsports Shop and having a good time. We will be live at the Chili Bowl every day, at least 2 times a day for day old chili in the morning to recap.
Is that what you're calling it? Day old chili?
Day old chili.
Oh, no shit.
Yeah.
Oh, wow.
Yep. That's the recap show on Monday morning. And then we'll have our interviews in the afternoon before hot laps get going.
Right.
And then you'll be able to buy some merch while you're there.
Well, hot laps start, what, fucking 3 now?
Well, it's like 4. So I try to do the shows 3:30.
I don't understand that. I mean, these people work jobs. I mean, I get they have a curfew, but man, heat races start like hot lap 4. The first heat race is like at 5 o'clock. I mean, I get they got, like I said, I got it, but man, it's just like, get these. I know there's a lot of locals here that work that go out. There's a shit ton of locals, but I'm like, why 5 o'clock? Wait till 5:30. Give them time to get to the track, you know.
Yeah.
But whatever. That's their sandbox, not mine.
Right?
You know?
Yep. I always call it that's their tent, not my circus.
That's right.
Yep.
Yeah.
So we will be there. You're more than welcome anytime.
Yeah, I'll be by there Thursday, Friday, whatever. I'm going home Saturday. I ain't getting in that fucking mess. I say I'm not getting into it, but I'm coming over. Well, like I said, I've been to every Chili Bowl since they've had it in '87, and I got to come a couple days, keep the streak alive, you know.
Keep the streak alive.
Yeah, but Friday night after that checkered flag drops, I'm headed back to Branson, and you'll see my fat ass in the recliner. Oh yeah.
Well, you're not fat anymore.
Well, no, I'm not. Yeah. Still.
Yeah. You shed a few pounds.
Oh, I've
you shed a few humans.
I've shed 190 pounds.
Yeah. At least one human.
I can see my pecker now, you know. So.
Tell little Earl I said.
Oh, that's Stewie. Stewie Lewis. Yeah, Stewie Lewis.
Oh, Stewie, I love Stewie.
Yeah. Stewie's an
I love
original.
that guy.
Yeah.
That
So,
guy.
but I'm gonna get in the truck and head back to Branson and
Right now?
I don't have. Yeah. Oh yeah. Well, I'm already 30 minutes across town. I was gonna go to my mom's, but I'm already 40 minutes closer. You know, so it's instead of a 3.5-hour drive, it's only a 3-hour drive. So.
Well, safe travels.
Yeah, man. Yeah.
Thank you so
sounds
much
good,
for
Snow.
joining
Yeah,
us.
sounds good.
We'll do it again. Please come by and see us at the
Yep.
Chili Bowl.
sure.
Please go to thelumberlounge.com, buy some swag, get entered to win that 75-inch TV that we're going to give away on Saturday at the Chili Bowl. Be sure to come see us at the Chili Bowl for the JSC Motorsports Bench Racing live shows presented by Forge. And then we have daily sponsors, and we have so many people that's helped us out with this deal. So come by and see us. We'll be in the trade show. I actually got my new hat press, so if you are at the shootout and you need a hat or something like that, I can press you one out real quick, and we can get it going. So again, Kelly, thank you so much.
Yep.
Safe travels.
Yep.
Happy New Year.
Oh yeah, that's right.
Happy
Tomorrow
New
night's
Year.
New Year's Eve.
Yep,
Yeah, that's
tomorrow
right.
tomorrow night is amateur night,
Yep.
and we'll have a good time. So,
Yep. Sounds good.
Again, thank you guys so much for being here on Monday night for the Lumber Lounge live shows. We'll see you next week, and we'll get after it again.
How do you shut this thing off?
Just set it down.
Set her down.